my name's Monica, and this is going to be my video about lesson plans for kindergarteners. Most of my experience is with the youngest being first graders, and generally just elementary school students. So first graders, from my experience with them, they have a limited English vocabulary. Some of the good ones are incredibly smart and able to carry on conversations, small conversations, and say phrases and generally greet you and stuff, but most of them have, at most, the ability to mimic what you're saying and put together words that way, but they can't make a statement on their own. So in order to get to that period in kindergarten, you need to give them the building blocks for that, which are phonetics and listening skills. So phonetics would be like E, A, I, O, U. A is A and B is B and things like that. That come with listening to a native speaker and also with reading. And reading is really important because that will open up your vocabulary. So with a native speaker, being able to listen to somebody, you can hear the way that English is meant to sound and familiarize yourself with the way that it's meant to be spoken, the way that consonants and vowels follow one another. And you can have them read picture books. Young children all over the world love picture books. And personally, that's the native way to learn speaking, is like a parent reading their child a picture book, following along with each of the words, sounding it out for them. And that's kind of how I learned as well. I learned phonetics and then I learned how to read that way. And a picture is worth 1,000 words. So in a lot of my lessons, I use pictures. I either draw or I look them up online to illustrate what I'm trying to say, because I can say something, I can act it out, I can try and get it across lots of different ways, and then I'll just pull something up online and the kids will be like, oh, okay, teacher. Then they'll get it. Okay, so also in Taiwan we have TPR, Total Physical Response, which is using bodily cues or emotions to help remember what you're trying to do with them and to keep the kids engaged, because there are lots of different types of learners out there, people who learn through listening, through seeing, through doing, and this kind of like ties it all in together. And it's fun for the kids, especially at that age. They have really short attention spans, so you want to keep them busy. And also, you want to grab their attention. And there's a similar method for classroom management that I've seen here, which is you can say a phrase and the kids are supposed to respond a certain way. So here in this school we say, look at me, and then all the kids chorus together, they say, look at you. There was another teacher that I knew who he would put his hands up on top of his head and he would say, or he would say shark, or he would not say shark, and he explained to the kids beforehand. He was like, oh, I am a shark. Do sharks speak? Do they speak Chinese? No. Do they speak English? No. Do they speak at all? No. Sharks are silent. So that's one of those things to get them quiet, and like the kids will slowly notice. They're like, oh, Teacher Ben is a shark. Everybody, put your hands up. You can also award them points, stickers, things like that for good behavior. But that's kind of for older students. With younger students, I mean, they might not even take notice of that. Like, they're still learning to control their bodies in some cases. So actual lesson plans would be anything that's kind of, you want to have a tie-in that's interesting for the children themselves. For young children, it's a precious time in their life, and crafts are good mementos for kids and their parents, and they can feel happy and accomplished if they make something. So I love to do crafts with the younger students because they don't really understand English that well. So some things that I've done with them before have been coloring pages and holiday cards that might have a picture on it that they get to color. And they can just write, their name in it and the date, and it'll be like, oh, New Year's or Halloween or whatever. I've done hand traced turkeys, which are super, super cute and amazing when you get older, because then you get to see the tiny hands from when they were in kindergarten. Paper cut out snowflakes. I just did that today with some first graders, which is fun because there's no way to mess up. Origami picture books, where you get like a sheet of paper that has a bunch of pictures printed out on it, and you fold it up into a booklet. And then they can color it, and you can go over the different items that are on there. Like we did one for Christmas time. I printed out ones with snowmen, Santa Claus, reindeer, and I just went over it with the kids while they were coloring it, while they were folding it. And we talked about, hey, do you guys know what this is? Is it Lao Gong Gong, old Santa? Paper plate hats, we did that for New Year's. They decorate the paper plate and cut it out and everything. So finally, I want to wrap up because this is supposed to be a brief video. Our responsibility as teachers is not only to nurture the mind, but also to look after the well-being of the students. Especially when they're so young, you can't just stuff them full of information and expect them to get anything out of that. They're still babies practically at that age. They're so young. I mean, they're incredibly perceptive as well. They learn really quickly. They absorb a lot of knowledge, and so it's great and wonderful to give them the things that they need, their little brain sponges and stuff. But you also need to be conscious of the fact that they don't have good control over a lot of things. They're still trying to get control over themselves, and you need somebody who's sympathetic to that and is there to care for the students, not just sit them down and lecture to them. Especially with kindergartners, they have their snack time and nap time and recess and playtime, and the activities can't be too hard or too difficult, otherwise they won't get anything from it. Alright, thank you for listening. I hope that covers everything. Have a good day.